Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Green Aventurine. I am Lola, and today we're talking about what you don't see about yourself. This topic is especially important to me right now at this very moment because I am recording this during the holidays. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. And New Year's Eve is also coming up soon. During these days, we usually visit our family and maybe also friends from the past, and maybe you're even at your hometown right now. And it can be a wonderful time, but it can also be a difficult time because people from the past, and this is especially true for family, they have a great talent at only remembering a certain version of you that may no longer exist, if it even existed at all. Because sometimes people create a version of a person in their mind and it's not even true. I am here as a reminder of how great you actually are, who you are, and how wonderful you are. And I want you to pick one of the following three groups so we can dive deep into this topic. And I will meet you at the click of a timestamp. And one more thing though. I also upload this on Spotify. So if you are like me and you like to listen to readings while taking a walk or I don't know, cleaning or something, and it's easier and more comfortable through Spotify than through YouTube, then you're absolutely welcome to switch to the other platform. Otherwise, if you like to see me shuffling or look at the cards or whatnot, then you're welcome to stay here on YouTube. So I will meet you at your group. See you there. Hi, group number one. Hello again. I am Lola, and this is the card that you chose for the first group. It is the Hound and the Pair, and the Hound and the Pair stand for loyalty. This, in and of itself, is already one of the greatest cards I think a person can have when it comes to who they really are. Being loyal is actually a very rare trait. And if you listen to, well, don't, okay? This is a recommendation not to do something. But if you listen to a lot of podcasts that have to do with dating and stuff, where people talk about being loyal, I think nowadays people forgot what loyalty actually is. It's not being faithful. Of course, being faithful is also important, but being loyal and faithful, they are not synonyms for one another. They're not. Being loyal towards a person or a group or whatever means defending them if you have to, being on their side, being part of their team. A loyal person is a ride or die kind of person. Of course, no, you don't have to actually die, but it means you are with someone no matter what. Okay. So you are somebody that people can count on. Now, here's the thing, the reading is about what you don't see about yourself. So I'm wondering what happened that made you forget who you actually are, and who you are is a loyal person, group number one. So first of all, I want to look at the coffee cup oracle cards and see what cards will come out for you, and see if your spirit guides can tell us how someone like you, because loyalty is something amazing, how someone like you could actually forget who they are. So whose fault is this? This is kind of what I want to know. Whose fault is it that group number one forgot who they are? Whoa, oh my, we have the snake. Okay, the snake card. And it says desire and attraction. Sometimes I feel like the keywords on top don't match the message. I think snake is important right now. And I'm pretty sure you're already thinking of someone. There is a woman depicted on the card. It doesn't have to be, but I already feel like there's a friendship kind of story behind this situation. Spirit, do you have another coffee cup card for group number one? The moon. Okay. It fits with the snake card because the moon stands for everything that is hidden. Of course, I mean, the moon is what we see in the night sky, not the day sky. Well, of course, actually, you can also see the moon in the day sky, but moon is what we associate with the night. Night is what we associate with darkness, something that we cannot see. And well, that's what a snake is, working behind your back, not revealing their mask, not showing you who they actually are. Eye. You have the eye. It stands for both envy and protection. In your case, of course, it's envy. So there is a person who was very envious of you. And if you are a loyal person, that it's impossible. I just cannot believe that this is the only positive trait that you have. Because being loyal on the list of positive traits is somewhere like here. You know what I mean? And there are a bunch of other good traits. But if you are a loyal person, it means you have all of this. And in my head, it's like a ladder, and you are up here with positive traits. Someone was very envious of you. They were watching you, maybe night and day, maybe in real life, maybe on social media. Yes, they were. Absolute snake behavior. Oh, by the way, we have the it's perfect. We have the dog on the bottom of the deck, which of course stands for loyalty. The card that's actually your significator card. So that's just confirmation from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know if we have more messages in the coffee cup oracle, but we'll see. Spirit, is there anything else for group number one to know? By the way, group number one, of course, it can be different for everyone in this group, but I feel like you actually know who this person is. Shark, survival and power. I feel like you actually know who the snake is, and I feel like we're not talking about a current situation. Maybe you forgot who you actually are because of this situation, and these things stay with us. You know what I mean? It's like trauma. It stays with us for a very long time, even though whatever happened is maybe weeks ago, months ago, years ago. You know what I mean? And to me it feels like you know who the snake is, and this whole story already played out and it's already over, and now you're sitting here forgetting how wonderful you actually are. Okay. And I think while I was starting to talk about this, that I think you already know who this person is. This card came out, the shark card. It stands for survival and power. Well, you had to survive the situation, didn't you? You had to survive the situation of a snake, because snake, I mean, it's not like being around a rude person or something like that. It's not that kind of thing. um okay, great. Wait a second, I just wanted to show you this card. We're going to talk about this in a second. um Having a snake around you is not like having a rude person around you, because sometimes, for example, in a friendship group, there may be someone that you are not completely vibing with, but that doesn't have to be a snake. A snake is someone who pretends to maybe even be your best friend, and then they're working behind your back. And yes, they did work behind your back, because keep in mind, you have the moon card. Okay, whatever they did was behind your back. And by the way, I have a vision in my mind right now. I'm new on YouTube. I'm actually not new on Spotify. There are some readings from me, and on YouTube I'm new, so I know that a lot of people are seeing me or hearing me for the first time. So I have to explain how channeling works for me. And sometimes I have visions in my mind from movies, which I actually prefer. Sometimes movies show up, sometimes memories from my life show up, which I don't like so much, but well, it's a message from spirit. Sometimes, and that's actually very rare. Sometimes I even see certain cards, like oracle cards or tarot cards. Right now, I had a vision from a movie. And which movie is it? Well, of course, it's what is it called? I said, well, of course, and then I forget the name. Mean Girls. Mean Girls. Who I'm seeing is Gretchen. What was her last name? I forgot. I don't remember her last name from Mean Girls, but it's Gretchen, the girl who I have in my mind. And she's the one who was betrayed on the phone. Wasn't there this phone scene? I think there was a scene where what was her name? Regina George. She called Lindsay Lohan. What was Lindsay Lohan's role name? Catty? I don't know. Okay, but you know who I'm talking about. So Regina George called Lindsay Lohan and asked her something about Gretchen. Gretchen Wieners. Was that her last name? Yeah, I think so. Well, she was talking about her, and yeah, I mean, you can tell how old this movie is because I don't think it even works nowadays with our phones. But they had this three-way call thing, and Lindsay Lohan didn't know that Gretchen was on the other side of the phone. So this was one way this snake, Regina George, tried to fool Lindsay Lohan. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really feel like it's a friendship kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, but it feels like that is the case. And as I said before, I think this is a situation that is over already because we have the justice card. And justice has been served, my love. It has been served. Even if you don't know about it, because maybe you actually know about it, maybe you heard of what has happened to that snake, but sometimes we don't, which actually kind of sucks. But well, this is also about growth and stuff because when we heal and grow, then we usually don't care about, well, not exactly, not care so much about what happened to those people who hurt us. You know what I mean? But sometimes when you are a tiny bit vengeful, you want to know what happened to those people. So wait a second. Let's ask Spirit, can we hear, can we know what happened to that snake? What kind of justice have they been served? And get a card. Okay, so we don't know what it is. It's either because we actually don't know, or it's because there's so many different things. I think they are a loner now. Like they are forced to be by themselves because they were exposed, kinda. We have the wolf card. It's the only card that kinda shows us something, but I'm not feeling it so much. It did come out. This card came out for you, but I'm not feeling it so much. So it might be because multiple things have happened and we cannot get an answer for everything that happened. Or it just means that multiple people are watching this right now, and that's why we cannot get a specific answer because it's different for everyone. But this person definitely exposed themselves with what they did. And well, people are not so interested in being friends with them anymore. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But that's about the other person. We want to talk about you. So, what you don't see about yourself, what you don't know about yourself. But this was important to me, actually. I wanted to know this. So, how is it possible that a loyal person forgets that they are actually loyal? You know? So, I want to know. Let's take this witchy oracle card and see what else makes you special. So what else makes group number one group number one? Who are they? What do they maybe not know about themselves, or which personality trait is actually more important than they think it is? Because sometimes it's just not so obvious to us. Well, you are a lucky person. You are. And this is something that I have been told many times as well, that I'm actually a magnet for luck. And one thing I can tell you is that my life is proof that this is not the case. Okay, so now you're thinking, why is this reader telling me then that I am a lucky person? Because you are. But the thing is, sometimes when these negative things happen to us, which make us forget who we are, we tend to we tend to get on a lower vibration, and that's how the universe works, you know what I mean? So when you are on a lower vibration, the universe is going to send you stuff that is on a lower vibration. This is the thing. This is where spirituality goes into two different directions, because um the universe is one thing. The universe is a mirror. Whatever you um whatever you reflect, whatever you show, or whatever you are, the universe is going to reflect that. That's one side, but the other side is our beliefs. You know what I mean? This is why we have things like religion, for example. You don't have to have a religion just to get out of this. You don't. You can believe in God anyway, or in a higher force, or in, I don't know, the fairies. It doesn't matter. And I'm not saying this in a mocking kind of way. I actually think it's wonderful. I believe in fairies. Yes, I do. And you can ask them for help. And this is what I mean. Asking the universe for help only tells the universe that you are in an icky situation, and they're only going to send you more icky situations. But asking some kind of spirit, some kind of creature, some kind of higher being for help is very different. Ask your spirit guides. That's what they are here for. And as soon as you get out of this lower vibration and into a higher vibration, luck is going to come back into your life. Yes, it will. Absolutely. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your profession, there's something about you, but we only have the profession card. So I want to find out, when it comes to this, what else is about, what else can we know about group number one when it comes to their work? What do they not see about themselves when it comes to their work? You know what? I think it's time for some tarot cards. Let's take a look at the tarot cards. My desk is full of cards, and even my bed is right next to me, by the way, on the left. And it's also full of cards. But I had a feeling before which ones we should take out today. And that's what we are going to do now. So right now, I have the tarot cards here. And let me shuffle them for a moment. For group number one, what do they not see about themselves when it comes to their work? Dear spirit guides, please tell us. What does group number one not know about themselves when it comes to their work? Their profession, maybe even education if you are younger, and you don't have to be younger if you're just going to school, you know. We okay. Ooh, okay. We have the Hanged Man, and you would think that's not a good card if you know a bit about tarot cards, but it is. Wait a second. That's not all, because I need a bit more. Or you have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Amazing. And you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I'm already seeing something. Wait. Oh, okay, okay. Now the card. Okay, no, don't fall. Okay, you have the World card, you have the Devil, and yeah. And I'm not surprised that you also have the Five of Swords. Okay, and you also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is great, by the way. Okay, I'm seeing a second story here. You also have the Page of Cups. It's the third time that I've been seeing the Page of Cups while I was shuffling. It didn't come out, but while I was shuffling, I saw the Page of Cups 3 times. So it is your card, definitely. Now, let's go from one card to the other. So the first 3 cards that we got were the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. The Hanged Man actually usually talks about being stuck in a situation. For you, in your case, in this context, well, this is what reading is. It's not always the same. You know what I mean? For you, it means you're someone um, who just doesn't let go, but in a very good way. So if there's like, let's say maybe you are a programmer, okay, maybe you do software programming, coding and stuff, while other people would give up when it comes to a bug. I think that's what people call it when they are programming, having a bug that they have to solve. Um, while other people would have given up a very long time ago, you're still working on it. And that is actually great. That's great, group number one. It's a very good character trait, a very good character trait to have. It means you're very determined. You have the determination and you have the discipline. Discipline is not always waking up at 5 a.m. and meditating for 2 hours and then working out for another 3 hours and having your cold shower and whatever else. It's not always what we hear about on YouTube when people have their crazy daily routines, morning routines, and whatnot. We tend to forget what discipline actually is. Discipline is not giving up when things get difficult, and you don't give up when things get difficult. Are you working? Because I had a vision. Are you working with actually with computer programs? So maybe that's why I said programming, and maybe something with colors. Maybe you're a photographer, videographer, something like that. You don't have to be, but I had a vision. Maybe somebody who's listening to this is. So while other people would have given up, you are like, no, I am absolutely going to find out how this works. I'm seeing something with blue coloring. So maybe you recently had a project, or maybe this is an upcoming project where you have to do something with a picture and blue colors and something like that. And it is annoying, it's bothering you, and it sucks, and you feel like giving up, but you won't give up. You won't give up, okay? The Hanged Man talks about staying in a situation, and you stay in that situation until it is solved. And this is the reason why you are actually successful. The Queen of Pentacles, the most obvious thing, I mean, it's a pentacle, so it's a coin, so it's money, is talking about money. But well, what is money? Money is basically energy. And this is energy that we receive in bulk if we are successful in something, and that we might not receive when we are not successful at something. So it can be literally receiving a lot of money, or just figuratively, because we're talking about what you don't see about yourself, and you don't see about yourself that this character trait, that this ability of yours is what makes you successful. Okay. And when it comes to work, you're also someone who's a very good team player. Maybe you're not working with a team all the time, but when you are, you're actually very good at it, because you see these two people. This is something I noticed, and I never noticed it before. And I love when these things happen, because it means it's a specific message only for you. And what I'm seeing here is two people being on the same level. Okay, they are on the same level, because what I'm thinking right now is, what is it, the six, is it the Six of Pentacles card? I'm not sure right now, but we have a tarot card. I'm not going to look for it now in the deck. I think it was the Six of Pentacles, where we have one person and two people kneeling down. Okay, so one is standing, the other two are kneeling, but here these two are on the same level. So even if you are maybe a team leader, or maybe if you are the manager, maybe you are the CEO, I don't know. Maybe it's not about teamwork, like actually being employed in the same company. Maybe it's more like you work for other people, or other people work for you. You treat everyone as an equal. And this is a very positive trait. This is something that people cherish about you. They actually respect that, believe it or not. Maybe you're not sure about this, but they do. And you might not be sure about this, because this is part of your reading, what you don't see about yourself. So maybe it's not you having the higher position, maybe the other person has the higher position, but you don't let this scare you, or make it, or become nervous because of this. Okay, it's not like, it's respect, yes, but it's not fear. And this is something that people tend to confuse. You are not fearful or nervous when it comes to people who may have a higher position, and you don't evoke these emotions in other people, because you treat everyone equally, which is a very great trait, group number one. So keep that. And then we have some interesting cards, but as I said before, I can already see something and kind of a story. But first of all let's talk about two other cards before we get into the other story, which is the World card, and you also have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, it feels like you're somebody who um it's like opportunities fall into your lap, but you don't realize it. Actually, there are many opportunities, and for an outsider would have the perspective of you just being lucky. And why does group number one always get these things and I never do? But you don't even see it. And that's a bit of a problem, group number one. I want you to recognize all the opportunities around you. Do you know the theory of the red car? I'm pretty sure you know the theory of the red car, but I'm going to tell you the story in a very fast version, and it is, how many red cars have you seen today? And people usually answer with, I don't know. Maybe you're also answering right now with, I don't know. Maybe you even have a number in your head. I don't know. Maybe you are. But usually people say, I don't know. But when you tell them that you will give them money for every single red car that they will notice today, like you walk out of the house, and let's say I give you $100 for every single red car that you notice, are you going to recognize all the red cars or not? The answer is probably yes. You're going to look for the red cars even, because you're getting paid for every single car that you're seeing. And that is the meaning of seeing opportunity. When you don't look for opportunities, you don't see them. But when you actually look for them, yes, you do see them. And every once in a while, the perfect opportunity falls into your lap, just like the fish falls into this cup, you know. And we also have the World card, which makes me think that your profession is actually, it's your jam. You know what I mean? Because we can have different things in our life that are important to us. Maybe you are a homebody and you are very great at decorating your house. Maybe you are a parent, or you are just a very great sibling. Maybe you have, I don't know, plants to take care of. Maybe you are a great cook or something. But for you, the thing that gets you going in life is profession, working, career, learning, and stuff. You know what I mean? So this card came out when we were talking about what you don't see about yourself when it comes to work. So maybe you're not on top of your game right now, or maybe you're not on that level you want to be right now when it comes to your work, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because the World card also shows you that this is something um that will be with you for a lifetime, for as long as you choose. So as long as you want to have your profession as a priority in your life, you are going to. Now let's talk about these cards. We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Devil card, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And I don't know if we are talking about two separate stories, or if we're still talking about the same person from before, the snake that we were talking about before. So it feels like some not so great things happened at work. The Devil card, many people say the Devil card is an illusion, and yes, we can say that it is an illusion. But first of all, there's a reason why it is depicted on this card the way it is depicted. We have a couple, a person on the left and a person on the right, and they are chained. Yeah, they are together, connected to one another on a chain. So it feels like you are dependent on them and they are dependent on you, but it's not a positive kind of relationship. It's not a good thing, you know. And it feels like maybe there was another snake, or we're talking about the same snake, and it feels like you had some kind of snake at work, and maybe you felt like you were dependent on them and they were dependent on you. But the thing is, they actually needed you more than you needed them. But they were so manipulative that they made you believe that you needed them. but you didn't. You never did. You're way too good at your job. You are way too good. This person is looking at everything that they created. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. This is a person who has been working, taking a short break and looking at everything that they reached so far. This person is alone in the picture. You did it yourself. You did it. Okay, nobody else. You get all the credit. Okay, you are the winner of this thing. And I'm saying once again, just like the snake situation, this may be the reason why I feel like this is already over, because the Ten of Swords, the tens, always talk about things that are over, that are done. It's an ending. The thing with the Ten of Swords, though, is that it is a painful ending. So whatever happened at work with this person, you were somehow related to. Again, I'm saying this again for everyone to know that if you are self-employed, if you're working for yourself, if you are a one-person company or whatever, it doesn't have to be a co-worker, but it has to be, it was someone that you were related to some way, somehow at work. Whatever happened is over now. It's done, over and out. It definitely was a snake, because the Five of Swords is talking about a person who is stealing the swords while no one is looking. So this person was stealing stuff while you weren't looking. Maybe they were stealing your ideas. Maybe they took all the credit for everything that you worked for. You got the negative criticism and they got all the positive feedback. You know how it's sometimes like at work. Oh, I hate those people. How I hate those people. But this is what this reading is for, because maybe you don't see yourself the way this person looks at their own work. This is what I'm here for, to remind you of this. This is who you are. You did this. You did all of the work. You are the one who deserves all the praise. My dear group number one, you are wonderful. You are loyal. You are determined. You are disciplined. You are successful. That is who you are. And I hope that this reminder helped you. Once again, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. If you're listening to this at some other time of the year, I still wish you a Merry Christmas, because there's always another Christmas coming, you know? So for now, this was everything I had for you. And I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hi, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So, hello again. I am Lola, and this is the card that you chose. It's the squirrel and chestnut, and it stands for preparation. And you know what? When I was shuffling the cards for the three groups, this one came out, and I immediately thought of Caroline from the Vampire Diaries. So if you actually like the Vampire Diaries, if you have seen it, if you have watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, Caroline is like, she's like a secretary and assistant and COO, which is not the same as CEO, all in one person. Okay, so she's the queen of organization. I actually don't know her zodiac sign, because you can also look up the zodiac signs of characters, so fictional characters. Should be Virgo, Capricorn, something like that. And a third, something spicy, because Caroline is actually spicy. Yeah, but there must be some kind of Virgo or Capricorn in that, so maybe that's also the case for you. Now, the reading is called What You Don't See About Yourself. So, how come you don't know that you are such an expert when it comes to organizing? I want to look at tarot cards, and I ordered, and I'm so excited about these cards, you have no idea. I already used them for myself, but I haven't used them for a reading yet. It's the Before Tarot. Okay, so there are tarot cards, there are before tarot cards, and there are after tarot cards. I want to look at the before, because now we know that preparation is a skill of yours. And I think it goes hand in hand with organization and stuff. But I want to know with the before tarot cards, why you don't see this about yourself, because then why are you watching the video? Okay, maybe you just want confirmation, which is fine. Or maybe there's something else in the way. Oh, Okay, cards are already falling out. We have the Lovers card, we have the Fool, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know why, but when I saw the Pentacles, I thought of obstacles. I thought of Knight of Obstacles. That's so strange. Okay, you know what? Let me just shuffle. Okay, so dear spirit guides of group number 2, what should they know about their skill of preparation? What's up with their personal skill, preparation skill? We have the Hierophant, interesting. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, I think there aren't any other cards. Okay, I have a certain feeling that we should also look at, wait, I have too much going on my desk. Okay, I think we should also look at the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. I don't know why though, but my eyes fell on them, and you cannot see my desk, but there's a lot going on right now. So if my eyes fall on these, it has to mean something. Dear Spirit, which card is for group number 2? Can we please have a card for group number 2? It's about a skill that they don't see about themselves. You have the dog, which stands for friend, and this is so interesting because we also have the dog for group number 1. And I said that I thought of obstacle when I saw the Knight of Pentacles, and we have something with obstacle in group number 3. It doesn't necessarily mean that you three are connected. Sometimes it does mean that, but right now I find it interesting that things show up in multiple groups. Okay, is there anything else for group number 2? No, that was your card. Ah, we have the Ram, which stands for perseverance. Okay, so I can tell you that skills that you have that you don't know about yourself, or things that you don't see about yourself, but maybe other people do, or things that you forgot about yourself. I think that's actually the point. It's about what you know, but maybe forgot because of certain circumstances, is that you are very good at preparation. What you need for that is perseverance. And this thing with the dog card is another point. Okay, so preparation and perseverance go hand in hand, and the dog card is a separate message. I want to see what the Ram card says, because you can see that there's a text on the bottom. So it says, you have many gifts. Well, perfect, because it fits with our reading. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. And while I was reading this, I was thinking of Caroline again. So if you haven't ever watched The Vampire Diaries, oh, by the way, I actually don't really recommend the first season for Caroline. Maybe later on it's a bit better. But yeah, I was thinking of her again. So it has something to do with being very good at organizing, maybe. This is currently something that you do for a living. Maybe this was you when you went to school, or right now you're currently in school and this is you at school. The person who's always organizing things, maybe you are the one in your friend group who's the organizer, and you actually don't know how good you are at doing this. You actually don't know how good you are. But here's also another thing. I had a short bathroom break between group number 1 and group number 2. And while I was washing my hands, I was thinking group number 2 has the same problem as me. That thought suddenly appeared in my mind. And what is the problem? ADHD. And that's probably why we got the ram with perseverance. So you want to be the one who's always prepared and determined and organized and whatnot. And you have that skill. So the skill is inside of you. But sometimes it's difficult for you to follow through because maybe there are some things that distract you, like here, the Lover's card. Maybe something else becomes more important, or the Fool card. Remember, this is the before tarot. That's why cards look a bit different. Do you see the Fool here? Instead of walking the path, instead of walking his path, and instead of paying attention to the dog, which looks kind of aggressive in this card actually. Can you see this? Yeah. The Fool is bowing down to pick up a flower. So they are distracted. They don't really look at what's going on. They are looking at something else. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. In this before tarot card, in the actual tarot card, the Knight of Pentacles has the pentacle, has the coin, this huge coin in their hand. Here they are picking it up from the tree. But again, of course they have to, because it's the before tarot, but it also kind of goes hand in hand with the Fool card, picking something up which is on your way instead of walking the way. You know what I mean? So there are little things left and right that are more interesting in the moment than everything else. Then we have the Hierophant, and you know what? I kind of feel like this is not you. I'm sorry, but it feels like the energy is a bit harsh. It doesn't feel like this represents you. It feels more like it represents, I don't know, maybe a parent, a teacher, a partner, a coworker, a boss, because because of the fact that you are distracted. Yeah, you're distracted sometimes. So maybe this is your inner critic. You know what I mean? Because the Hierophant in this picture looks so serious. They don't have to be so serious. I mean, I also have the Lightseer Tarot, and they're actually smiling in that card. But here they look so serious. So maybe this is your inner critic. And what you have to do is be more focused. Okay, so and what's important for you is to take one step after the other, not trying to do everything at once. It actually doesn't work. Multitasking, that's a scam. It's not a real thing. It doesn't work. And no, there's no such thing as women can do it and men can't. It's not true. They actually have studied these things and whatnot. And there was a I'm not sure. I think it was a labyrinth, but I'm not sure if it actually was one. Let's say it was a house. Maybe it was just a random house and not a labyrinth. But yeah, and they tested this with men and women, and they gave men no, they gave both men and women the same. They gave them a phone and told them to talk to a friend or someone, and they also told them at the same time to try to find a way out of that place. And the thing was that men found their way faster. They told him to do both at once, talking to the friend on the phone and finding their way out of that place. For men, the thing was they found their way out of that place faster, but the phone call did not go very well because they didn't focus on the phone call. The women, though, they had a fantastic phone call, but they didn't find the way out of that building so fast, or the labyrinth, whatever it was. So there's no such thing as multitasking, and that actually works. There's no such thing as women can do it, but men can't. We focus on different things. That is the truth. Of course, you can do multitasking, as in listening to a podcast or listening to this reading while cooking or something. By the way, it sounds like the perfect plug, but it's not on purpose. It just fits perfectly. I also upload these on Spotify in case you're wondering, in case you want to know. But you can see this person. This is the before tarot, because in the tarot card, we see this person working on these coins, on these pentacles, one by one. And here they are hanging them on the, not really wall, it's actually a tree trunk, one by one. So you have to go step by step. And as I said, your skill, so this is the card that you chose in the beginning. Your skill is the skill of preparation. And if you want to follow through with something, if you're working on a project, preparation is half the deal. Okay, you cannot just wing it. Sometimes we can wing stuff, but sometimes we can't, or oftentimes we can't. So preparation is your skill. This is your skill set, something that you have. But preparation is not the same as actually doing something. Okay, so maybe you're very good at organizing. Maybe this could be a thing for you. Maybe you can create templates or something for organization. You know what I mean? For other people, so they can use them um as a design for their to-do list. You know what I mean? If this is actually your skill. But the problem with you is you're very good at creating those lists but not following through. And the issue is trying to do multiple things at once and then getting distracted with other things that are more interesting. Do you see the lovers card over here? Oh, I'm just noticing that I cannot show parts of the card, but well, okay, can you see this? I don't know. So this man is seeing the woman on the ground. Once again, the fool is seeing flowers on the ground. The knight, as I said before, the knight of obstacles, it's actually the knight of pentacles, is trying to grab a coin from the tree. Now it makes sense why I thought knight of obstacles when I was shuffling the cards. Isn't that crazy how spirit works? Oh my God. By the way, I'm noticing something because I am, apart from reading cards, I also read energy. And I can really tell the energy for this group is different than from the one in the first group. The one in the first group, it was more it was way more calm, and I think I was a bit more serious. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think I was. But for you, it's a bit more and a bit more smiling and a bit more energy. And I think that's what it is. And it fits very well with what I said before, because I told you I took a short bathroom break. So it was a toilet break. I just didn't want to say toilet. No, it was a toilet break. And while I was washing my hands, I thought, group number two has the same problem as me, which is ADHD. So we can have these energy spikes as I have right now, but unfortunately, this is not what is helping us to actually reach our goal. So this is what you have to do. So the spirit is telling you to take it day by day, to take it step by step when you actually want to do something. Okay, but you are wonderful at preparation. This is something that you are very, very good, sorry, very, very good at, group number two. And this, as I said before, it's half the deal. Being prepared. Okay, being prepared is what's so important. And a lot of people underestimate how important that is. So maybe if you are thinking, how can I stand out more? How can I be more noticeable at my work, for example? Whenever it comes to planning a new project, or it doesn't even have to be a huge thing as a project, it can be little things, you know, it can be something like, I was thinking of a Christmas party. I mean, Merry Christmas, by the way. I think I already said it in the intro. Okay. If it's a big company, well, then organizing a Christmas party is a big deal. If it's a small company, maybe it's not that much of a big deal. But you know, these little things during the year, every once in a while, when preparation needs to be done. Or maybe, oh, you know what? I have a better example. Maybe when the company wants has a new product and they have to write a sales letter or something, maybe you can be the one doing this, simply preparing what you have to do for this. Or if paperwork is your thing, which is very likely if preparation is your thing, then maybe you can prepare all the documents for the yearly tax stuff. You know what I mean? The tax files and whatnot. Maybe you can prepare, I don't know, I don't know, whatever you do at work, whatever you have to prepare is your thing. And if you try to stand out, then you should work with your skills, okay, not against your skills. Don't be too hard on yourself. This goes especially to people who actually have ADHD, because there must be a reason why. I was thinking of that when I was starting to channel for your group. I actually didn't consciously start to channel for you when I was washing my hands, but it just, when the messages come, they come. It is how it is. And yeah, with ADHD, people like us, we really, really suffer from imposter syndrome. and we think we are not good at what we are actually good at, and you are good at preparation. But the thing is also that we are trying to stand out with doing other things which we may not be so good at. And then we are mad at ourselves that we did something where we knew that we wouldn't be so great at, and maybe we didn't prepare preparation enough for that thing. And yeah, by the way, it was 10:10 when I looked at the clock. 10:10. I'm just seeing. Whatever wish you have, group number 2, uh will come true. I don't know what your wish is though, because this is not the reading for this, but maybe your wish is just to be better at your skill, which is preparation. So now let's talk about the other card that we got, which stands for dog. And the dog is a symbol for a friend because dog stands for loyalty. Let's see what the card says. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. I think there are two things. One thing is you beating yourself up for not being as good as you want to be. And this fits with the first part of your reading, the preparation thing, the perseverance thing, the working on something step by step, not trying to do multitasking. So that's one part of this card. I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. The other thing is that you are actually a very good friend, group number 2. And now I'm wondering why you don't know this about yourself, because this is what this reading is about, what you don't see about yourself. So we actually had something similar going on in group number 1. And therefore, I'm going to take these cards again. These are the coffee cup oracle cards. And I want to know, dear spirit, why does group number 2 not know that they are actually a very good friend? So what is standing in the way of them knowing this? Why does group number 2 not know? I hate when they fall on the ground. Why does group number 2 not know that they are actually a good friend? You have, oh my God. You have the same card. You got the same card as group number 2, sorry, group number 1, the snake card. Maybe you want to listen to the first part of group number 1. It wasn't the whole reading, because just like for you, we had two different things. First, we had this card, well, not the same card, but the one for group number 1, the one for group number 1, and then we had another one for group number 1. But the first part of the reading had to do with the snake thing. Don't worry, you don't have to go back to group number 1 if you don't want to. We can talk about this now. So you have, okay, I can see a bit of a difference, or maybe it's just more information to what we already got in group number 1. We also have the crown and the peacock. So there is a friend, there is a person in your friend group who is peacocking, which means that they are showing off. Do you see the crown card? How I don't know if you can see this, how arrogant this woman looks. And it's a lot of like, look at me, I'm the boss. This woman reminds me so much of Lady Gaga. It's crazy. But yeah, it's like I am uh, I am the center of attention. That's what it says. And this person was a bit of a snake though. And sometimes when these things happen, we forget how great we ourselves actually are, because the negative energy of these people, the snake, the crown, the peacock, the negative energy of these people is tearing us down. And that's why we tend to forget how great we actually are. And this is the point of this reading. This is why I wanted to do this reading. You know what? I didn't think I would do this today because there are so many. But I'm going to look at the tea leaves for you. Momentum. So let's take a look at. There are so many. Okay, I don't want all of these to fall on the ground, so let me take them in my hand. There are so many, and I'm going to shuffle them. I know that a lot of readers just put them flat on their desk and take out whatever comes out, but I like to shuffle, but I have double this amount. So I have another bunch of these. There are so many tea leaves. I think these are even more than these. Okay, let's look at blue. Okay, slow down. Slow down, Spirit. Thank you for coming through, but please don't let them fall on the ground again. Why am I singing? Are you someone who tends to sing every now and then? Because as I said, I read energy and I'm clearly tapped into your energy right now because I can really feel I'm very different from group number one. And I started singing, which is something I usually don't do. So, dear Spirit, can we please have a message for group number two? Why do they not see that they are actually a very good friend? What happened? Who was that snake? Oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. But this was not actually what I asked for. You got the camel, which says, persevere and you will overcome problems. It's actually for the first part of the reading, not for the second part. But still, thank you very much, Spirit. Now, can we please have a card for why they don't know that they actually a very good friend? You have the caterpillar card. I put it to the side for a moment. Okay, let me see what else we have for this number two. Okay, seems like there are no other messages in this bunch, but we have another bunch, as I said before. So, can we have a message for group number one? Why are they not aware of what a good friend they are? What's about that snake? What's up with that snake? Huh? Okay, you have career success. Hey, if this actually correlates with group number one, hey, it, guys, listen to group number one, okay? Trust me, listen to group number one because that also had to do with work. The snake, there was either another snake or it actually had to do with the same one. Did something happen to you in March? Because can you see the flowers looking a bit upset? Maybe it happened to you in March because when it came to group number on the ground. When it came to group number one, I said I feel like the story is already over. So this is not like a prediction reading. There's going to be a snake coming into your life. I said no, it feels more like this is already over. And that snake is the reason why certain things happened in your life. You have the shield. You need to defend yourself. Maybe for you, it did not happen yet, or you are currently in this situation. Okay, so for group number one, it was already over. For you, group number two, it is not over yet. You need to protect yourself because the thing with snakes is they are snaky. Okay, I said the same thing in group number one. It's not about a friend who may not be so polite, who may be rude, or who you may not be vibing with. A snake is someone who is working behind your back, purposefully working behind your back, doing things in order to harm you. And we also have which I already showed you, the Korean success card. They are trying to work against you. They know this is the thing. That's why I'm doing this reading. Sometimes people see things in us that we don't see. And those are positive traits, and that's what they are jealous of. So this snake sees that you are very good at organizing preparation and stuff, but you don't see this. And now they are trying to work against you. This is an issue group number two. You cannot let this happen. Absolutely not. No. And consider us a team. If I don't want to let this happen, you cannot, you absolutely cannot let this happen. No, you can't. I just want you to know one thing, or let's say Spirit wants you to know one thing. We have the caterpillar here, and it says Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Of course, it's coming, because snakes will always be revealed. Whatever happens in hiding will always come to the surface, always. So at the end of the day, group number 2, you are going to win. The sun is shining for you again. Yeah, the sun came out. And we have the moon. Oh my God, you have the sun and the moon back to back. And I shuffled these cards very well, by the way. Okay, the sun is shining for you again, happiness and well-being. The moon changes in your life, which is also what the caterpillar says, by the way. It says things will not always be this way, a change is coming. At the end of the day, group number 2, you will be fine. But how are you going to be fine? By defending yourself. Okay, and I think, where's the defending card here? The shield. I think this is also important when we look at the dog card. Why are you a good friend? What makes a friend a good friend? This is why I keep saying look at group number 1, because they got the loyalty card. A dog stands for loyalty. Doesn't have to be connected to group number 1, but the dog as a symbol is connected to loyalty. You know what they say, a man's best friend. And why is that? Well, because they are loyal. So the way you protected your friends, it is time for you to protect yourself the same way. You have the skill. You have it, believe it or not, because sometimes we do things for other people and we don't notice that we can do the same for ourselves. I'm thinking of that meme. That's why I'm smiling suddenly. I'm thinking of that SpongeBob meme. I don't know. I don't think I have it saved somewhere on my computer or something, but I'm sure you know. You have seen that meme before. It's with Patrick Star from SpongeBob, who is looking through a, what is it called? Microscope. I think he's looking through a microscope and trying to figure something out. You know how they do in laboratories. And then in the other picture, there's there's a piece of wood which he's hammering on his forehead. And the meme says, for the first one with the microscope, how I'm handling my friends' problems, and the second one, how I'm handling my own problems. And that's the thing with you, group number 2. You are so smart. You are actually very intelligent, emotionally intelligent. You have EQ and you have IQ. But the problem is you don't have it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Okay. It doesn't mean that you don't have IQ. It means that you are not aware of that. And you have used this power. You used this power before for your friends, maybe even for your boss, for your manager, for your company, whatever. But you have never used it for yourself personally. It is time for you, group number 2. Be your own best friend, be your own loyal dog. You know what I mean? Fight for yourself, work for yourself. And at the end of the day, this is what readings are actually for, not to predict every single step of your life, but in order to tell you that at the end of the day, it will work out. This is what readings are actually for. And this is what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, it will work out. You and your skills will come on top of that snake. F that snake, okay? That little. I don't stand for stuff like that, because whoever is watching my videos is part of my team. And when people come from my team, that is a problem for me. And I think you think the same way, because as I'm saying this right now, it reminds me of what I just said, that you have been this great friend for other people. The way I'm talking is the way you are talking when it comes to your friends having issues. And now let me talk this way for you, okay? At the end of the day, you will be fine, but the end of the day is the end. We are in the middle part right now. Fight for yourself, stand up for yourself, group number 2. You will be fine, okay? Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Only if you allow it to happen, but you won't allow it to happen. No, no. People who are part of my team don't allow these things to happen to them. No, they just don't. They simply don't, okay? Okay. I'm rooting for you. I'm definitely 100% on your side. Thank you very much for listening to this reading. Other readings are coming very soon, especially 2024 predictions. And I will be super excited and happy to see you there. Thank you very much for sharing this time with me today. And I will see you soon. Goodbye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So, you chose this card for your group, and this card stands for the goat and willow, overcoming obstacles. And I can tell you already that you are my strong group. Yes, you are. And I just know that some of you just rolled their eyes. I know that you did, because you are done with hearing that you are the strong one. When difficulty after difficulty after difficulty hits you, your skill, because this reading is about what you don't see about yourself, your skill is overcoming obstacles, as the card says. You know, you are not the only one, even if it feels like it, because it's the same for me. It's the same for me. It sometimes it feels like we are the only ones who get constantly punched in the face by the universe, by destiny and whatnot. Okay. And it feels like we are the one who have to deal with all of these challenges. And you know what people say when they are religious, you are God's strongest warrior. No, warrior, sorry, not warrior. That's something else. Yeah, you're God's strongest one, and God is testing you, and yeah, all of these things, and you just had enough. You're just having enough of these things. You don't want to be tested anymore. You just want to have peace. That's what you want. It is not easy. It is not easy to overcome obstacles, but it is what you do, what you can do, what you are capable of, and what you are very good at. Group number 3, because I already said, and then I went into another direction, very typical ADHD, sorry. What I wanted to say is you are not the only one who this is happening to, but not everyone is able to handle these issues. Not everyone is. Some people are, and at some point it becomes our comfort zone, which is so strange, isn't it? I know it is. It's so strange that having obstacles is actually our comfort zone, because we are so used to having issues and problems in our way that it would be strange if we don't have them. It feels like something is wrong. And when we have obstacles, we know how to handle the situation. It sucks. It absolutely does. But after some point, because it happens so many times, you have some kind of game plan in your head. You know what I mean? Where you're like, okay, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it still sucks though. And you're still ranting to your friends, and you're still listening to, I don't know, sad music or maybe aggressive music, whatever you like. I don't know. One thing I have to say though is two things actually I noticed about this card. And I actually did not talk so much about this card. Well, group number 1 and 2 had different ones from the same deck, but different ones. I did not talk so much about it with group number 1 and 2, because for you, I see more in this card. And it's actually what the card says, the goat and the willow. First of all, the willow. The willow is a tree. Yeah, it's a tree. Trees are so strong, man. They're so strong. Winter, summer, spring, autumn, they're always there. They stay in their place and they keep growing and growing and growing. And trees are absolutely essential to us. At the end of the day, that is what gives us our oxygen to breathe. We need them. Okay, so you are hella strong, group number 3, and your strength doesn't only benefit you, it also benefits other people. And I can tell, man, I absolutely know that some of you just rolled their eyes again. You rolled your eyes in the beginning when I said that you are the strong ones, and you're rolling your eyes again. I know that you're doing this because inside, like inside my head, I did the same thing. You're just so done with hearing these things. Like, leave me alone. I just want my peace. I don't want to hear how strong I am because I'm having enough of being strong. I get it. But the thing is, you're also the greatest of all time. It sounds so funny to just drop this to just drop this sentence, but you are. Because of the goat, I could say many things about goats. I could say so many things. But the thing that I noticed immediately was goat standing for the greatest of all time. And that's what you are, group number 3. You absolutely are. So let's take a look at the tarot cards and see why you actually had to be the greatest of all time with when it comes to overcoming obstacles. Guys, I want you, because I just had a vision in my head. I think I also explained it to group number 1. It didn't happen for group number 2, but I explained it to group number 1. I am new on YouTube, but I'm actually not new as a reader. I've been uploading a lot of things on Spotify, and I have been reading tarot cards for a very long time when it comes to private readings. Now I'm doing it publicly. I know usually people do it the other way around. For me, that wasn't the case. I did it privately first and now publicly. And what I have to explain is, because you don't know me yet, is that I sometimes get visions in my head. Most of the time it's from TV shows. That's what I like the most, by the way, because then I can tell the story around it and then I understand your reading way more. Sometimes it's memories from my life. Sometimes I have visions of tarot cards or oracle cards, and I just had a vision of my own life, something that happened. And it's not a big deal. It's actually a tiny thing, and it's something I want you to do. And it's going to the I don't know what it's called in English, but I'm pretty sure you have a museum where it's like a cinema. The museum was more like a cinema, and they show you the videos about the universe and stuff. It's usually in 3D. I've only been there one time. I've only been there once, and Spirit is using it as a message. They want you to go there and they want you to watch. They just want you to watch one of those shows. It's basically a movie, so it's basically sitting in a cinema, but a 3D version. And is it the planetarium? I don't know if that's what it's called. And they just want you to watch something. They just want you to watch something. The best thing would be something where it's really about the universe as in all the planets, because sometimes they focus on some kind of natural things like I don't know, I cannot name an example right now, but they want you to watch one of those movies where it's about the universe and stuff. And why did I wink? Because here you have the card of the Empress. This is the Light Seer Tarot, by the way, in case you're wondering. You have the card of the Empress, and her tummy looks like an Earth. It looks like the planet Earth. And in the back you have, what do you actually have? The moon with even more moons surrounding the moon. So I'm having the vision in my head, and then the card shows up. They want you to watch one of those. The reason for this, I don't know. I don't know why Spirit wants you to watch them. I can only think of myself, because this is a vision of my own life. When I was watching it, I was so mesmerized and so impressed by the beauty of the universe and how great and wonderful it is. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, as I'm talking, I'm sorry, I'm a bit sick. As I'm talking, the message is coming through, and they want you to they want you to have this as a reminder of how great the universe actually is, how big it actually is, for two reasons. One of those reasons is, when you see how huge the universe is, you notice how small your problems are. But this sucks. You don't want to hear this. I know that you don't, because I've been in your position so many times, and you don't want to hear about that your problems are actually small, because they don't feel like that when you are in that situation. When you have to live in that situation, it doesn't feel small. But that's one reason why they want you to watch. The other reason is, they want you to see as a reminder how great the universe actually is, and they want you to work on your manifestation skills. If you tend to scroll on YouTube, maybe also Instagram, mostly YouTube though. Yeah, it's mostly YouTube, not TikTok or X or the other stuff. If you tend to scroll, don't let those videos pass where they talk about manifestation, because Spirit wants you to look up. They don't want you to look it up. It's going to appear. It's going to appear on the page, the YouTube front page or whatever it's called. I don't know. Some kind of manifestation video is going to appear. I just saw 33 on the clock. Maybe also the 33 method. There's a 33 method where you just write what you want to have 33 times and it's going to manifest. They want you to click on those videos whenever they show up on your feed, because they're going to teach you some kind of manifestation skill. Maybe it's something that you have already been doing, so it's confirmation that this is something that you should keep doing. Maybe it is something that you never did before and they want you to use that new skill. But most of all, they want you to be reminded of how huge the universe actually is. When our manifestations don't work, when we think everything sucks and nothing works for me or for that person or for that person or for that person, we start to think or believe that your spirit guides are here. We start to think or believe that the capability and the strength of the universe is actually tiny, when it's not. It is huge, it's massive, and you need a reminder of how massive the universe actually is. Okay, so let me stop talking about the universe stuff. What else does group number 3 not see about themselves? What do they not know about themselves? No, spirit wants me to ask something else. No, they're not happy. They want me to ask something else. They want... Okay, I got it without even asking. But this is not for now. I just got 3 cards for you. Spirit, can you tell us? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. I was just, can you see this? Yeah. Imagine this is the universe and these are my hands, and I was just explaining, you think that their capability is tiny when it's actually huge. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. Okay, spirit. No, they want something else. They want me to tell you why these things keep happening in your life. Even if you don't want to hear it right now, but they want to tell you, yep. Okay, there we have it. You have the judgment, the justice card. You have the justice card. It's about clearing karma. You're clearing out karma, and it doesn't have to be yours, not necessarily. It can just be the karma of your family tree. That's why so many things happen to you, but maybe if you look around, it's not happening to your siblings, or in a different kind of way, or not as heavy, not as difficult. You are the one who has to carry most of these difficult things. And it really, 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 really sucks. If you are a woman, it sucks for you, especially because these things keep pushing your masculinity out, which is actually not a good state to be in as a woman. For a woman, what we should keep getting out of us. No, it's a very stupid explanation. What's important for us is femininity. That should be our safe space, not masculinity. And when you have to fight all of these obstacles constantly, then it's what is coming out of you is your masculinity. Okay, that's what becomes stronger, but then you're not balanced inside anymore. Okay, your masculinity rises, your femininity lowers, and that is difficult. Absolutely. If you are a man watching this, then unfortunately this happens to a lot of men, to most men actually. You are at a point, or you are going to get to a point, or you already are at the point where you think it's so much, nobody can understand you, you cannot talk to anybody, you don't have anyone to talk to, no help, no nothing, and the people who are around you are not people you can ask for help, because maybe they are women and you're not willing to open yourself up in front of women, which I understand, but yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you are in a difficult situation for sure. In a way, you also know that it is your job at this moment in this lifetime, maybe not in your entire lifetime. Don't worry about the group number 3. This will not be the same from your first day to the last day of your life. It won't. No, 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 it won't. I understand that you don't want to believe me right now. It won't be. Things are going to change. Trust me. I just explained it before that sometimes I have visions of cards in my head. I just have the vision of the caterpillar, which stands for change, which also, by the way, appeared in group number 2. Things will change definitely. What I'm trying to say, what I wanted to say though, is this is from the Light Seers Tarot. So you have an image on top, the light version and the shadow version. The light side of you knows that this is your duty in this lifetime. This is what your soul came here for, in order to clear out karma, not necessarily just yours, but maybe also from your family. The shadow side has enough. Okay, they have had enough. They have gotten to they have come to a point of being just pissed with the situation. It's like, oh, okay, I'm casting a shadow on my own face. Okay, you just had enough of the situation. You just had enough, enough, enough. Okay, I get it, absolutely. So, what other skills? Okay, let's leave it at that. Okay, just one more confirmation that the situation sucks. We also got the devil card, but I hate the devil card, so I'm not showing it in the camera. But yeah, the situation you are in sucks, absolutely. It is still, I know it's annoying, but it's still a skill that you have to overcome obstacles. And I'm saying it again because many people don't have it. Okay, many people don't. You also have a great skill of which is actually okay, it's a bit unfortunate, but you have a great skill of soothing yourself, and this is actually a trauma response, because other people were not there for you to soothe you, so you learn to soothe yourself. And as you do this, you are able to not distract in a bad way, but in a good way, by focusing on little things. And this is a very good skill that you have, group number 3. You're very good at focusing on the little things, and finding joy in the little things. Like this woman in this picture, she's just lighting a candle and holding the candle in her hand, but see how many little things are in the background. There's so many little things in the background. Okay, so you are very good at working on little things and finding joy in little things. Okay, and whenever you need to, you can distract yourself with little things. I'm pointing this out. This is actually a very important message, group number 3. I'm pointing this out because a lot of people are not capable of doing so. They're not. This is why so many people are in these toxic relationships. They are rather in a relationship with someone who sucks than to actually reflect and work on themselves and the situation. You know what I mean? And you have to work on a situation. It is actually very important, because the more you do that, the more you close the gap. Look, and now we're getting so psychological in this reading. This is you, like if you're looking at the screen right now. There's on, okay, you don't have to look at the screen if you're doing something else right now, or watching this, listening to this on Spotify. So on the one side, there's you and having this issue right now. On the other side, it's is you as a healed person. Now there's a huge gap, okay, between you being on the left with the problem and you being healed with the solution on the right. Now, the more these things happen to you, the shorter this gap is, okay? This gap becomes shorter and shorter, smaller and smaller. Small, I think small is the better word, better than short. It probably never closes completely, because this is life and this is for all of us. The moment a problem hits us, of course, it's not solved immediately, but it should be the goal of every single being on this planet, not just the ones who have to endure so much, of every single human being, to close this gap, or to not close. I just said that it's not possible to make this glow, to make this gap smaller and smaller. Okay, the smaller the better. And in the beginning, these two places of having the problem and being healed were very far apart. But by doing these many little things which are healing you, one by one, they are healing for you. You are able to close this gap, to make it as small as possible. And this gap should be as small as possible, because it means as soon as a problem hits you, it doesn't take you that long anymore to find healing. Okay, not every problem is solved. We cannot solve every problem, but we can actually solve 99%. We can solve way more problems than we think. But here's the thing, sometimes when we solve a problem, it doesn't mean that we healed. It can still hurt us. Okay, it can still hurt us for a very long time. And the goal of this gap closing is to get from having a problem to being healed in a very short time. Okay, it's not about solving the problem, it's about healing. Okay, that's what it is about. It's all about healing. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is going to be you once you were able to get this gap as small as possible. Do you see how content this woman is in the picture? She's so content with what goal she reached. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So it also has to do with money. Yes, it does. The more you're able to handle these situations, the better skilled you become in handling situations. You can actually market that skill. I'm not joking. Group number 3. This is a skill you can market. This is something that will work in your favor. So whenever you have another job interview, you can explain, or you should explain, how you are very capable of solving issues. This is something a company needs. Okay, the higher positions, the lower positions in a company are the ones who do the little things where you can hire anybody. I'm sorry, but yes, it is the case. You can hire anybody for the smaller jobs in a company. But when it comes to the higher positions, you need people who are able to solve problems and able to solve problems properly. And this is a great skill that you are developing by doing this. But do you see how joyous, how happy this woman looks in the Nine of Pentacles, and how content she looks in the Queen of Pentacles card? You are walking in the right direction. Definitely, 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 group number 3. Right now, your back is turned to other people because the situation you are in, or you are forced to get in all the time, sucks. I get it, absolutely. But see, here she's calm, here she's happy, and here she is content. These are the steps that you take when you grow as a person. I am very proud of you, group number 3. Yes, I am. No matter what situation you are in right now, if you are problem solving, if you are healing, whatever it may be, okay, you are on the right track, 100%. I want to do one more thing for you because I care. I want to know this. Okay, we're going to do 2 things. First, I want to look at the Wishcraft Oracle because I want Spirit to tell us what wish they are going to fulfill, hopefully soon. Sometimes it's not so soon, but it is going to happen. So this is something I want to know. Happy sleep pillow. I sleep well and have good dreams. You are going to get to this point where you're not going to sleep worried or afraid or sad or disappointed or pissed off or angry or whatever, or maybe even not being able to sleep at all. Those things will be over. They will be over. They will actually be over very soon, group number 3, if not already. You know why I think this? Because in the next one, it's on the bottom of the deck. I have the whole deck in my hand. And on the bottom of the deck, we have this flower that has been growing already. And the what is it called? The petals, the flower petals are about to open, okay? The flower has grown, but the petals are about to open. So it means this point is going to happen very soon. Being able to sleep in peace, which is what you want, group number 3. I know, I get it, I really do. What you want is to just sleep in peace. This is a wish that is going to be granted. I just had a synchronicity on my clock, 54:54. I'm recording this at night, so it's actually midnight. We had 54 minutes and 54 seconds, okay, 5454. So your spirit guides are here definitely 100%. But there's one more thing I want to do for you. And oh yeah, what I have to finish my sentence first. Sorry. So this card with happy sleep, this is a wish that the spirit guides are going to grant you, and God, the creator, whoever you believe in, is going to make it possible. Yeah, with your help though. So it is still on you to overcome the obstacles, but you're not alone. Even if it feels like you are alone, you're not alone. When it comes to understanding what you're going through, oh, trust me, your girl Lola, she knows. Okay. I hate it when people talk about themselves in the third person. I know. Okay. I know. I'm with you on this one. I absolutely know. You can talk to me about it. I feel you 100%. So when it comes to understanding, I'm here. When it comes to support, your spirit guides are here. When it comes to granting you and fulfilling wishes, God, the creator, whoever you believe in, the universe is here. Okay, we talked about the universe in the beginning of your reading, don't forget. So I also want to look at the spirit animal oracle card decks, because I want spirit to tell us who you are meant to become in this. Should we ask in this lifetime, or should we ask very soon, maybe in 2024? 2024 readings are coming, group number 3. I will do multiple of them. Okay, I got a card. I don't know if you're going to like this though. Okay, it's the heron. Do you see this? Birds that kind of look like dragons, so they look wonderful, they look majestic. But do you know what they stand for? They stand for patience. Yeah, I'm making a face in case you're looking at the screen right now. Um, yeah, and I'm also pausing right now because, as I said, I know exactly what it's like having to overcome obstacles constantly. And then someone is telling you that patience is the card for you. Oh, sorry, I just want to strangle someone. Let me still read out the card. It says, create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. It makes so much sense with your tarot cards. Group number 3. We had the card of the 8 of Pentacles. That's what I was talking about. The woman who finds joy in little things. And it says, take time alone to find balance. I was talking about this saying, soothing yourself. You had to learn to soothe yourself, and this has become a skill of yours. I know it sucks that we have to soothe ourselves. I know, I absolutely get it, group number 3. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we had a best friend, a partner, a mother, a sister, someone who could take care of that soothing, but that's not the case. We have to do it ourselves, but once we do and once we get good at it, we have something that we are much better in than anybody else. And people who never learned to soothe themselves, at some point life is going to hit them and they will not going to know. They will not going to know. They will not know how to soothe themselves, and that it's something that every person should know how to do. And usually people find their own way. You found your own way to how to soothe yourself. And it also says, create a place in nature's stillness. Do you see these two cards, the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles? They are both in nature. They are. So this is so cool. I love when this happens, when cards go hand in hand, cards that come out, it's like double, triple, quadruple confirmation. So you are meant to become one of these majestic, wonderful birds in your lifetime. Group number 3. Okay. And they stand for patience. At some point, you're not going to be emotionally attached to overcoming obstacles anymore. Instead, you're going to be like a hierophant, standing above these things. People will come to you for advice because you will become wise through these experiences. And I know when we are in the situation, it sucks, but at the end of the day, you are going to be the queen of wisdom. Yes, that's what it's going to be, the queen of wisdom. So I'm wishing you Merry Christmas once again. Also, to the people who listen to this reading at another point in time, it doesn't matter, guys. It's a timeless reading. I hope this reading gave you something. Group number 3, I love you very much because you're very dear to me. I did not say this to group number 1 and 2, um, even though I felt their reading too, absolutely on a personal level, but with you especially because I know exactly what it's like. I know exactly what it's like. I want you to know, group number 3, that I'm on your side and I'm rooting for you. I love you very much. Thank you for listening, and I will see you soon on the Green Aventurine channel. Goodbye.